What's up, guys? And Navajero here. I want to bring you guys a couple options that I think are great knives for work. Given, some people have different types of jobs, obviously they require different types of, knives, utility, blades, whatever you may need. But I think this is a good general, you know, pick of different knives that I think would do great in more so, blue collar jobs and stuff. But other than that, let's go into the first one, which is the Wixco. This is a brand new company, Axor. This one, I just made my first video on it yesterday, and I have been very, very impressed by it. This is sporting a 14C 28N blade with a G10 contoured handle. Very, very comfortable in hand. Feels nice to hold and squeeze. You have a generous finger choil right here. You can go ahead and choke up right up to the blade, which is great. You have a nice little poon right here for your thumb. Again, if you want to push cut into anything, if you want to go ahead and put your index to make utility cuts. Nice jimping up top and some really thick, robust, huge thumb studs on this. So, wearing gloves and stuff, perfect. You're going to be able to flick that thing out. And look at this kind of, modified sheep's foot kind of blade. Perfect with a tip that is canted down right here. And you can poke and you can go ahead and get into cuts very, very quickly with it. Love this little cutout right here. Nice access to the liner as well. This guides your thumb right to the thumb stud, lets you deploy that thing super fast. Non-reversible pocket clip on this, but it is a deep carry inset pocket clip, almost full deep carry, but deep enough. Milled inside the liners right here, so nice weight to it as well. Feels very solid also. Nice build quality on this. So yeah, a lot to love on this. I feel like this is perfect for somebody that wants to, be using their knives for, definitely nice slicey blade, nice comfort on this. You can feel assured that you're going to be making your cuts and get the job done with this one for sure, comfortably. So yeah, this is the Wixco Axor. Next one up here, this is more for the Slicy people out there that want something to just go through cardboard, go through plastics. Nothing too heavy duty as far as because of the thin blade, but you do have a axis lock here or a bar style lock, which is extremely strong. One of the strongest locking mechanisms in a folding knife. And this is sporting a D2 PVD coated blade with a carbon fiber overlay on G10. So this is not full carbon fiber, it is just like an overlay. But it looks pretty nice. And this blade with, again, modified kind of Warncliffe, nice little bit of belly on there, nice canted down tip. This is for, utility cutters pretty much. Nice, super thin razor blade, D2 blade here. Very, very slicey, extremely slicey. Nice retention on these Omega springs and the bar lock. The Omega springs are what give the tension and act kind of like a detent, and it feels really, really nice, the detent on this. I normally don't like these types of locks because of the detent, but this one has very dialed in Omega springs. You have your hole for deployment here. You can access it with your thumb or reverse flick, which is my favorite. Nice little step right here to go ahead and choke up right to the edge. Again, I feel like that's important. You never know in what kind of, depending on what field of job you're working on, sometimes you really do need to push cut into things. You need to really bear down on things. So, that's nice that they give you that little extra right there. Nice full size handle. This is a bigger knife as well. If I kind of compare these two real quick. And if I didn't mention, I will have affiliate links for all these down below. So you guys can go ahead and check them out on Amazon. So nice, a little bit bigger than that one right there. Nice size on this. This one, I actually just released it in a green G10 and a red carbon fiber overlay. So same kind of deal with the blade in black, but they just changed up the handle. So really cool colors. I'll put them up here if I remember. This is, did I mention the name? This is the Tactus, Tacray Tarkus. So yeah, super cool knife, super slicey. I absolutely love doing my cuts with this because it glides through. It's a freaking laser beam. I have an individual video on all these knives if you guys want to go ahead and check it out as well, okay? Okay, next one up, we have the Demco Shark Cub here. This one is the budget version of it with GRN or FRN handles, which are nicely contoured and milled and chamfered on the edges. So it feels super nice in hand. You're sporting an AUS 10A blade steel here with a stone wash, which I absolutely love. This is a heavy duty knife, I feel. This is sporting the Demco Shark Lock, which is notorious for being super strong, made by Demco himself. And just the overall size of this is great. Nice compact knife. I believe it's around 7 inches or just shy of it, 7 inches, but it feels super good in hand. The contouring on here really molds to your hand, and it has this little kind of like cutouts right here for your fingers that in my case it fits absolutely perfect. Really nice jimping on here for your thumb, that it's exactly where it needs to be. Your thumb lays exactly there. You can go ahead and choke up all the way to the edge, kind of like a gun grip right here, kind of pull back grip right here, and it feels really comfortable. Super slicey as well. Not the thinnest, but it is quite thin and comes down super thin at the edge right here. This one I have yet to sharpen it. I don't even think I've honed it, and it's maintained a really good edge. So the blade steel that they're using isn't the most, fancy, but it is well treated, in my opinion. And again, you get the benefit of the shark lock, so you don't have to put your thumb in there on a liner lock, for example, like this one right here, that you have to put your finger or your thumb in there and then disengage it. This one, it's going to be easy because you can go ahead and just pull back on that shark lock and boom, voila, it goes down. Again, reverse flick is great. Thumb flick. This one you got to give it a little bit more wrist, but it is really smooth to actuate once you get used to it. This is a knife you do have to get used to a little bit, but it is super fast to deploy, even if you just want to use that shark lock. And that's a benefit that I feel a lot of knives at work should have. You want to get it out, make your cut, and put it away. You're not just going to be trying to fiddle with a liner lock or a frame lock or anything like that, which, in that case, I still like a liner lock, but, I am going to choose these over a liner lock if I had to choose, So again, shark lock, super strong, very nicely constructed, feels really solid in hand. Nice deep carry pocket clip that is reversible. This one you can reverse it. And again, super easy to actuate. Yeah, super nice. I absolutely love this one. I love working with this one. I trust this lock a lot. I feel like this is a lock that you can definitely trust and get into harder use. Very similar to maybe like the bar lock, but I say a little bit stronger. Next one up and last, we have the Tactus Frontier. This one right here is sporting a G10 contoured right here. And you have a 14C 28N blade. Nice robust blade. So again, you're going to go back to something heavier use. You definitely can get into more serious cutting with this. It is a kind of like modified Tonto, just a bit of belly, and it comes down to a pretty fine tip right there to make utility cuts. Yeah, this one right here, I trust it more as far as doing harder cuts and stuff. I'm not going to be scared to get this one into, more serious cutting. Again, a similar style to the Demco lock right here. This one, they say it's more of a snack style lock, but I've opened them up and it is more similar to the Demco style lock. So it is quite secure, very fidgety, and very easy to actuate. So again, You want to be able to take that blade out quick, make your cuts, and then put it away. Super nice in hand. This one has a kind of funky dimensions as far as handle to blade ratio. As you can tell, it's a huge handle and a more compact or smaller size blade. But other than that, it does work. It feels good. It's heavy as well. This one has liners that are not milled out, purple backspacer, purple thumb stud right here, nice pop of color. But it is way more hefty, I'd say, than the other ones. So if you want to carry something lighter, I'd say the other ones would probably be better. This one's more of a heavy duty, you know, you're going to feel it in your pocket type of tool. But I really enjoy this reversible deep carry pocket clip on this. This one actually goes into the actual handle scale right here. So that's a really cool design. 14C28N, one of my favorite steels. Very easy to sharpen up and strap up. It's also sported here on the Axor. D2 is going to be a little bit, a little bit more difficult to hone and stuff and to sharpen. And then Oz 10A, I found that I haven't really done too much to it. It's maintained an edge really well, but I imagine honing it won't be too difficult. All right, so that is, oh, and then for this one right here, I have a 50% discount code. I'll put it up right here, and I'll have a link that you guys can go ahead and purchase this. So yeah, all these will be linked down below in the description. These are just some that I have really enjoyed working with. Again, I use these for work, and I make several cuts at work through cardboard, plastics, and other random things. So pretty much these are the ones I found that I super enjoy and just can count on. This one is a little bit newer, so I haven't had too much time with it, but I've really enjoyed it the few days I've owned it. So yeah, those are 4. If you guys have any recommendations for some knives that you can recommend, go ahead and drop them down below. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Give a like, a subscription, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.